What if I told you that Meghan Markle's latest business venture might not be as original as it seems? Stick around because what we uncovered will completely change how you look at celebrity brands forever. Hey everyone! Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, we dive deep into the stories behind the headlines, the stuff that makes you go, wait, what? And today's story? It's a doozy. So Meghan Markle just launched her lifestyle brand, right? Fancy honey, artisanal baking mixes, the whole 9 yards. But here's the thing, sometimes when something looks too good to be true, it's worth taking a closer look under the hood. Now, before we go any further, let me be crystal clear, we're not here to bash anyone. We're here to understand how modern celebrity businesses actually work. And this story? It's fascinating. So here's what happened. A sharp-eyed user on social media noticed something interesting. You know those beautiful honey products Meghan's been promoting? Well, it turns out they might be coming from the exact same supplier that makes products for other major brands. Think about it like this. Imagine you go to a bakery, buy a dozen cupcakes, put them in your own fancy boxes, and then sell them as your cupcakes. Technically, you're not lying, you are selling cupcakes. But are you a baker? That's the million-dollar question. The plot thickens when you realize that Williams Sonoma, you know, that upscale kitchen store, sells orange blossom honey from something called the Savannah Bee Company. And guess what? There's evidence suggesting this might be the same supplier behind Meghan's products. Now, let's pause for a second. Is this illegal? Absolutely not. This is actually super common in the business world. It's called private labeling or white labeling, and it happens everywhere. Your favorite store brand cereal? Probably made by Kellogg's or General Mills. That fancy water bottle you bought? Likely came from the same factory as 10 other brands. Even some of your favorite restaurants get their desserts from the same commercial bakery. But here's where it gets interesting with celebrity brands. When someone famous launches a product, we kind of expect there to be some, well, involvement from that celebrity, right? Like, did they at least taste test different honey options? Did they have input on the recipe? Or is it literally just their signature on someone else's existing product? Remember when Meghan was on camera lovingly transferring those biscuits into new packaging? At the time, it looked charming and hands-on. But now it's starting to look less like artisanal food preparation and more like repackaging existing products. Here's where the story gets even more interesting. You know Bridgerton, that massive Netflix hit? Well, they have their own line of products too, including honey products. And according to our investigation, there's a good chance both Bridgerton's products and Meghan's products are coming from the same suppliers. Now, Netflix and Meghan have had a pretty complicated relationship lately. Some sources suggest Netflix has been keeping Meghan's brand at arm's length. And honestly, if your business partner's new venture looks suspiciously similar to products you're already selling under a different brand, that might create some awkward conversations. It's like if your friends started selling the exact same cookies you sell, but with different packaging, and then acted like they invented the recipe. Things might get a little tense at the next dinner party. Now, let's talk about what this really means for celebrity businesses. And this is where things get really interesting from a business perspective. When Meghan's products sold out quickly, a lot of people interpreted that as massive success. But here's the thing about business, selling out can mean one of two things. Either you had incredible demand that exceeded your expectations, or you didn't order enough inventory in the first place. And there are several reasons why someone might not order enough inventory. 1. Cash flow issues. Maybe you don't have the upfront money to place large orders. 2. Testing the waters. Maybe you're not sure if people will actually buy your product. 3. Strategic scarcity. Maybe you want to create buzz by having limited availability. But here's the catch. If you're genuinely confident in your product and you have the resources, you usually want to have enough inventory to meet demand. Selling out isn't always the victory lap it appears to be. This brings us to a bigger question about celebrity brands in general. In today's world, we're bombarded with celebrities launching businesses. Everyone's got a skincare line, a food brand, a lifestyle company. But how many of these celebrities are actually involved in creating their products? Don't get me wrong, there's nothing inherently wrong with licensing your name to existing products. Plenty of successful businesses work this way. But there's usually some level of transparency about it. When a celebrity openly says, "I partnered with this amazing company to bring you these products," that's one thing. But when they imply they're personally involved in every step of the process, the sourcing, the recipe development, the quality control, well, that's a different story. What makes this story particularly interesting is that this isn't Meghan's first rodeo with this type of business model. Her previous venture, Artig, followed a pretty similar playbook. Create appealing branding and packaging. Source products from existing suppliers. Market it as a premium, artisanal experience. Hope the celebrity association drives sales.